Have you ever felt like certain habits are silently stealing your joy and holding you back from living your best life? As we age, it's easy to fall into patterns that drain our energy and cloud our happiness. In this video, we'll reveal 7 critical habits you need to stop right now to reclaim your sense of autonomy and emotional well-being. But why should you stick around until the end? Because each of these insights is not just a tip. They're transformative strategies that can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. Imagine reconnecting with your inner voice, rediscovering the joy in simple pleasures, and enhancing your relationships with those around you. We'll dive deep into why these habits matter, how they impact your daily life, and the empowering steps you can take to embrace the golden years with vigor and purpose. Stay with us, and you'll learn how to break free from the chains of self-neglect, ignite your passions, and transform your perspective on aging. This isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Join us on this journey towards self-discovery and fulfillment, and let's unlock the secrets to a more vibrant, joyful existence together. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Stop accepting everything without questioning. The first and most powerful step toward truly living is to stop accepting everything you hear without question. Pause for a moment and think about how often you've found yourself nodding along, not out of agreement, but out of habit or fear of creating tension. How many times have you silenced your true thoughts, buried your feelings, or dampened your passion simply to avoid conflict or, perhaps, to make others feel comfortable? It's all too easy to fall into this pattern, especially as the years go by. Society often pushes us to believe that keeping the peace means staying quiet, and that true love and respect require us to yield, accept, and go along with whatever surrounds us without question. But here's the painful reality. Every single time you agree with something you don't fully believe in, every single time you utter a yes when your heart is screaming no, you're giving away parts of yourself. Parts that make you unique, authentic, and whole. Bit by bit, day by day, you erode your own identity, until one day, you may look in the mirror and find that the person staring back seems like a stranger. The bright, passionate spirit you once knew might now be hidden beneath years of quiet acceptance, waiting to be awakened. And yet, many people convince themselves that going along with others, especially loved ones, is a sign of loyalty, or that it's a way to avoid unnecessary stress or drama. But what is the cost of this avoidance? The truth is, every time you choose passive agreement, you are sacrificing something infinitely more precious: your voice. Your voice is not just a tool for communication. It is the very essence of your identity. It's how you show the world who you are, what you believe, and what matters to you. When you stop questioning, when you stop asserting your truths, you hand over control of your life to others, whether they intend it or not. Without even realizing it, you may let others steer the course of your life, determine your path, and define your worth. And over time, this is a tragic and painful way to lose not only your sense of autonomy but also your very sense of self. As people age, there's often a false perception that they become less relevant, that their opinions, somehow, don't matter as much. But this is so far from the truth. In reality, with age comes an invaluable depth of understanding, a wellspring of insight and wisdom that only life itself can teach. Why would you silence yourself now, when you have so much to offer? Think of all the experiences, the triumphs and trials, the joys and heartbreaks that have shaped you. Your voice is the culmination of every lesson learned, every moment cherished, and every hardship overcome. To silence it is to deny the wisdom you've gained, a wisdom that could guide not only you but also those around you. Consider the countless times you felt the urge to speak up but held back, out of fear or the desire to keep the peace. Every time you chose silence, you not only kept the peace with others, you compromised the peace within yourself. Deep down, every unspoken truth, every unexpressed opinion creates an invisible wound. You deserve to be heard. You have every right to let your voice resonate in the world, to assert your thoughts, your ideas, and your beliefs. Because your voice, more than ever, is a beacon of resilience, a testament to the wisdom and strength you have earned through experience. When you stop questioning and start blindly agreeing with others, you weaken your ability to stand firm in your beliefs and to make choices that are truly yours. It's as if you're allowing life to happen to you rather than participating in it fully and actively. Over time, this can lead to a pervasive sense of helplessness, an unsettling feeling that life is slipping through your fingers, that you're just a passenger rather than the driver of your destiny. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine this, years from now, looking back on your life and realizing you spent far too much time appeasing others, remaining silent, and letting other people's voices drown out your own. Realizing that you gave away your power in moments when you could have stood firm, spoken up, and allowed yourself to be seen and heard. Think of the heartache of knowing you spent decades nodding when you should have been questioning, yielding when you should have stood tall, and conforming when you should have been carving your unique path. Now is the time to shatter this cycle. Now is the time to reclaim your voice, trust in your wisdom, and make choices rooted in what truly matters to you. When you decide to live based on your values, your own beliefs, and your truths, you're not just reclaiming your voice, you're reclaiming your life. You are permitting yourself to be authentic, to be unapologetically you. And that authenticity, more than anything, is what will bring you peace, fulfillment, and a profound sense of inner harmony. Because life is too short and too precious to spend it as a shadow of someone else's expectations. You have one life, one chance to let your voice echo in the world, to leave a legacy that's true to who you are. Choose today to break free from the weight of passive agreement. Stand in the power of your truth, of your experiences, and of the unique, irreplaceable person that you are. Let your voice rise. Let it fill every room, every conversation, and every decision. Because you deserve nothing less. 2. Stop isolating yourself socially. The second vital shift you need to embrace is breaking free from the trap of social isolation. As we age, the urge to pull back from the world can become almost overpowering. Maybe you feel the exhaustion of social gatherings, or perhaps the energy it takes to maintain friendships feels like too much, too draining. It can be tempting to stay home, skip events, or let once close relationships slowly fade. But here's a reality that can't be ignored. Isolation is a thief, a quiet force that slips in and steals from you in ways you may not even notice at first. It robs you of connection, joy, and, ultimately, a sense of purpose. More than an emotional experience, loneliness is something that profoundly affects your physical health, impacting your heart, your mind, and even your longevity. Research has shown that persistent isolation raises the risk of heart disease, intensifies feelings of depression, and accelerates cognitive decline. As humans, we are not wired for isolation. Our brains, our hearts, and our very souls are designed to connect with others. Think of the powerful moments in life. The laughter shared over an old joke, the warmth of a hug from a friend, the support felt in times of sorrow. These are not just passing experiences. They're the very fabric of life. When you isolate yourself, you're doing more than just choosing solitude over company. You're depriving your mind and body of the very nourishment they need to thrive. Yes, I understand that withdrawing may feel like the easier choice, especially when energy seems scarce, or you feel like you don't have as much in common with others as you once did. You may even feel a sense of disconnection, as though the world around you has changed too much. But believe me, you have so much to offer. Your life experiences, your wisdom, your stories. These are gifts, a wealth of insight and knowledge that could deeply enrich others' lives. Never underestimate the impact your perspective can have. Often, the simple act of sharing a story can lift someone's spirit or spark a meaningful connection. When you isolate yourself, loneliness begins to seep into your life like a slow-moving poison. At first, it's just a quiet feeling of being alone, a small ache in the background. But over time, it can grow into a profound sadness, a sense that something essential is missing from your life. This loneliness doesn't just settle in your heart, it takes root in your mind and body. Studies show that isolation is associated with increased inflammation, disrupted sleep, and higher stress levels. This isolation quietly affects your health in ways you might not even realize until you notice the toll it's taken. Yet, here's the beautiful part: it's never too late to reverse this. No matter how long you've felt alone or disconnected, the opportunity to reconnect is always within reach. It's never too late to extend a hand to those around you, whether they're family, old friends, or new acquaintances you've yet to meet. Reaching out may feel daunting, especially if you've grown accustomed to solitude, but the rewards are profound. Don't wait for others to take the initiative. Take that first step yourself. Nurture those relationships that fill your life with joy and meaning. Push beyond your comfort zone, even if it's just a little bit. Attend that social gathering you've been putting off. Send that message to a friend you haven't spoken to in years. Call up a family member and ask how they've been. You might be amazed at how these simple gestures can spark a ripple effect of joy and renewal. Remember, connection doesn't mean surrounding yourself with people all the time. It's about cultivating meaningful relationships, building moments that resonate with you, and filling your life with warmth. It might mean a quiet coffee with a close friend, sharing stories at a community group, or simply taking time to be present with the people you already know. Every interaction, no matter how small, has the potential to bring light and life back into your world. Connection is essential to your well-being, a lifeline that not only enhances your mental health but also strengthens your physical health. Studies have shown that individuals with strong social connections live longer, healthier lives, with reduced risks of chronic illness and mental health struggles. When we withdraw from others, we lose more than just a social experience. We lose the essence of what it means to be alive. In the silence of isolation, the richness of life can fade, leaving only the shadows of missed opportunities. Don't let that happen. Don't let isolation steal away the beauty of shared experiences. You deserve to feel connected, valued, and seen. You deserve the warmth of companionship, the laughter of shared memories, and the comfort of knowing you're not alone in this journey of life. So reach out, reconnect, and let yourself embrace the world again. Take heart in the fact that it's often in these small steps that we rediscover ourselves and renew our spirit. Maybe it's attending a community event, joining a class, volunteering, or simply rekindling an old friendship. With each act of connection, each time you reach out, you build a stronger foundation of belonging. When you open yourself up to the world around you, you might just find that the joy, peace, and fulfillment you've been searching for are closer than you think, waiting patiently to be rediscovered in the hearts and lives of those who care about you. You are needed, valued, and loved. Let yourself believe it, and take that first step back into a life of connection. 3. Stop neglecting your physical health. One of the most powerful transformations you can make at this stage of life is to stop neglecting your physical health. Far too often, we fall into the trap of thinking that because we're older, because our bodies don't feel as resilient as they once did, or because we carry the wear and tear of a lifetime of experiences, it's somehow too late to make a meaningful difference. This mindset can be one of the most disheartening and destructive beliefs we carry, a quiet resignation that robs us of potential, energy, and vibrancy. It's easy to feel discouraged when you look back and realize you're no longer as agile, quick, or physically strong as you once were. You might feel as though your body is too far gone, or perhaps you've convinced yourself that exercise, healthy eating, and regular medical checkups won't make any difference anymore. But let me tell you this with all the conviction I can muster. Nothing could be further from the truth. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or even older, there is still so much your body can give you, and it's never too late to start showing it the care it deserves. Small, intentional steps taken today can have a profound impact on the quality of your life tomorrow, adding energy, strength, and possibility to every day you live. Imagine beginning with a simple walk around your neighborhood. It doesn't have to be fast or far to have an impact. With each step, you're not only building physical strength, you're rekindling a sense of independence and freedom. Every time you choose to move your body, whether it's through walking, stretching, balance exercises, or gentle yoga, you're preserving your ability to live life on your terms. These aren't just exercises. They're acts of self-empowerment, symbols of your determination to live fully, freely, and without unnecessary physical limitations. Think of these moments not as tasks to check off a list, but as gifts you give to your future self. A self who will thank you for choosing health, independence, and strength when you could have chosen to settle. And the journey doesn't end there. The food you choose to put into your body has a monumental impact on how you feel each day. Imagine yourself filling your plate with whole, nourishing foods. Crisp, colorful vegetables that bring vitality to your meals, fresh fruits that burst with natural sweetness and nutrients, lean proteins that fuel your body with strength, and whole grains that provide a steady, balanced source of energy. By choosing foods that are rich in vitamins and nutrients, you're not only feeding your body, you're nourishing your soul, honoring the vessel that has carried you through life, and doing what you can to feel your very best. Every balanced meal, every glass of water, and every healthy choice contributes to a body that feels more alive, more resilient, and more capable. These choices may seem simple, but they are incredibly powerful. Whole foods can help fend off chronic diseases that tend to appear in later life, like heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, and arthritis. Imagine a future where you don't feel bogged down by aches and pains, where you wake up each day with a bit more pep in your step, and where you have the energy to engage in activities you love. That's the power of nourishing your body with care, a gift that keeps giving. When you choose nutritious meals and stay hydrated, you're not only adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Years that are rich with possibility and joy, years that allow you to fully experience the moments that matter most. But here's the profound part. Caring for your physical health isn't just about your body. It profoundly affects your emotional and mental well-being. When you make the conscious decision to care for yourself, you're sending yourself a message. You matter. You're reinforcing the belief that you are worth the time, effort, and dedication it takes to be your healthiest, most vibrant self. Every step you take, every nutritious choice you make, is a reminder that there is still so much for you to experience and enjoy. The better your body feels, the more your mind will flourish. You may notice an uplifting sense of confidence, a renewed feeling of self-worth, and a positive outlook that permeates every part of your life. You'll likely find that taking care of your physical health creates a ripple effect that impacts everything: your energy, your relationships, your sense of purpose, and your overall enjoyment of life. And let's be clear, this journey isn't about trying to turn back the clock or pretending to be younger than you are. It's about embracing and celebrating the incredible life you've lived, about giving back to the body that has carried you through each chapter of your story. This is about respect, gratitude, and honoring yourself in the here and now. It's about giving yourself the best possible chance to live fully and freely in every moment you have ahead. Taking care of your body is an act of reverence, a way of saying thank you to the life force within you, a testament to the resilience that has brought you this far. When you take steps to care for your physical health, you're investing in a future that is brimming with joy, freedom, and richness. Imagine being able to fully participate in the activities, relationships, and experiences that bring meaning to your life, unburdened by the limitations that neglect can bring. Imagine a future where you can explore, create, and savor every day with vigor and vitality. Every walk, every nutritious meal, every mindful moment spent on your well-being is a step closer to this life. A life where you are free to experience more laughter, more connection, more adventure, and more memories. So, if there's one thing to take to heart, let it be this: don't allow the idea that it's too late to take root in your mind. There is always room for growth, improvement, and joy, no matter your age. Each intentional step, no matter how small, is a seed of future wellness. Don't give up on the beautiful, precious gift of your health. You deserve to live fully and joyfully, to feel strong and capable, to be at your best for every precious moment that awaits you. There is still so much life to live, so many more smiles, embraces, and memories yet to be made, and you deserve to experience it all in your healthiest, most vibrant form. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Embrace this journey with love and gratitude, knowing that every step you take toward your health is a step toward a future filled with meaning and joy. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve every bit of happiness, energy, and vitality this world has to offer. 4. Stop living in the past. The fourth, and perhaps one of the most profound changes you must embrace, is to release the hold that the past has on your present. We all tend to look back, sometimes with fondness and sometimes with regret, on the moments that shaped us. The faces we once knew intimately, the places that felt like home, the decisions that, for better or worse, crafted our lives. These memories are woven into the fabric of who we are, and, naturally, they feel like treasures, cherished pieces of our personal history. They can even feel comforting, like familiar music that brings us back to a time when things seemed simpler, brighter, or just different. But as beautiful as memories are, they can also transform into invisible chains, anchoring us to a place we can never return to, and ultimately holding us back from the beauty and potential of what's happening right now. So many people carry the weight of what was, unknowingly, into every new day, allowing the echoes of past relationships, old disappointments, or missed chances to overshadow the here and now. But when you're fixated on what could have been, or when you relive old stories on a loop in your mind, you unintentionally close the door to new experiences, new happiness, and the deep fulfillment that only the present moment can offer. Every single day that slips by with your focus on the past is a day that you lose forever. A day that could have been spent building something meaningful, creating new memories, and writing a new story. While the past has shaped you, it should not define you. Life is right here, in this very moment, waiting for you to engage with it, to savor it, and to make it your own. As we get older, it's all too common to fall into the belief that the most exciting days are behind us. We convince ourselves that the adventure, the passion, and the thrill of discovery were things meant for youth. You might catch yourself drifting into memories of people you once knew, wondering if you'll ever find such friendships again, or thinking about chances you didn't take, mistakes you made, or moments that might have changed your life had they gone differently. This kind of thinking can easily turn into a cloud that hangs over your present, painting it as a faded version of what was once vibrant and colorful. But that perception is deceptive. It's a story your mind tells you to keep you safe, to make sense of change. Holding on to the past is not a protection, it's a barrier. And with each passing day, this barrier robs you of the opportunity to create new joy, to find new peace, and to live with an open heart. The past, as precious as it is, cannot be your guide for what is to come. The truth, as profound as it is simple, is this: the present is all we truly own. It's our canvas, our moment to paint as we choose, and it's where the most meaningful life happens. Of course, none of us can change the past. We can't rewrite the pages already filled, nor can we alter the decisions that have already shaped the path we walked. But we do hold the power to shape the pages yet unwritten, to fill them with new memories, new growth, and new joy. The question isn't what could have been, it's what can be, starting right now. Every day, you are given the precious opportunity to say yes to the future, to embrace the unknown with open arms, rather than turning away from it in favor of what's already come and gone. Today, right now, isn't the end of the journey, even if it feels like the roads behind you are longer than those that stretch ahead. This moment is the start of a new chapter, rich with possibility, adventure, and beauty. If you're willing to turn the page, to let go of what has passed, you'll discover that the heart can still find joy, excitement, and profound peace at any stage of life. It's easy to believe that, with age, life offers fewer gifts. But that belief couldn't be further from the truth. As you get older, life's gifts often take on a deeper, more precious quality. Every laugh, every hug, every quiet moment becomes more beautiful because you understand, perhaps better than ever, how fleeting they are. And yet, these moments are abundant if you dare to look around, to open yourself to what this day, this hour, this minute has to offer. Whether it's trying out a new hobby, finally exploring that long-held curiosity, or forming new friendships, each day is an invitation to grow, learn, and find joy in the simplest things. But to do that, you have to be willing to make space for them, to release the grip of what was, so you can receive what is. It's never too late to begin a new chapter, to start a story that is filled with peace, laughter, meaning, and love. Let the past be where it belongs, in your memories, honoring it, yes, but not allowing it to dictate your future. The best days may not be behind you. In fact, they may very well be the ones waiting just ahead, if you're open to receiving them. As you step forward, remind yourself that every day, every breath is a fresh chance to create the life you want. You may not control the number of days you have, but you do control the depth and the beauty with which you fill each one. Let go of the past so that you may live fully, bravely, and wholeheartedly in the present. The possibilities are endless, and the best chapters of your life could still be unwritten, if you're willing to let them be. 5. Stop sacrificing your happiness for others. It's time to stop sacrificing your happiness, your dreams, and the parts of yourself that make you whole and uniquely you, just to keep others comfortable. I know this isn't easy. Maybe you've spent so long putting others before yourself that it feels natural, even automatic. You've been conditioned to believe this sacrifice is noble, selfless, essential, even. Perhaps you've always seen yourself as the steady anchor, the unwavering caregiver, the person everyone can rely on when things get tough. You've poured your energy, love, and dreams into lifting others, whether it's your children, your spouse, your friends, or your community. At some point, you might have even felt that your worth was defined by how much you could give, how many lives you could touch, and how deeply you could serve. But here's the hard, often painful truth. When you constantly put everyone else's needs above your own, you don't just wear yourself down. You risk losing yourself entirely. Over time, bit by bit, as you've given more and more of yourself, you may have started losing sight of who you truly are, of the dreams you once cherished, of the things that once brought you joy, the things that made you, you. Instead, you've become a version of yourself who constantly feels like you're doing enough, only when you're sacrificing, putting out fires, fixing others' lives, or giving until you're depleted. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably felt this way for years. Maybe decades have slipped by as you've tirelessly put others first, shelving your aspirations, postponing your happiness, and setting aside your well-being, all with the hope that someday, eventually, you'd finally have the chance to focus on yourself. That someday has arrived. And it's time to recognize, right now, that your happiness is not a luxury to be put off, a reward for all you've done. It's a necessity. You have earned the right to prioritize yourself and to seek peace, joy, and fulfillment just as much as anyone else. The harsh reality is this. When you consistently sacrifice yourself for others, you train them, often unintentionally, to believe that your needs are secondary and that you will always be there, no matter the cost. There comes a point when people become so used to your willingness to give, to help, to set your desires aside, that they might not even recognize the toll it takes on you. This isn't to say they don't care about you, but rather that you have unknowingly conditioned them to assume that your needs will forever come last. Over time, this dynamic stops feeling like love and starts feeling like obligation. And it's heartbreaking because the gratitude you hoped for, the appreciation you thought might eventually be returned, sometimes never comes. Instead, your selflessness becomes an expectation, even a demand. This isn't a result of malice on their part, but of a cycle that's become deeply ingrained, a cycle that only you have the power to break. For so long, you have poured your heart and soul into others, hoping that your selflessness would come full circle. But what happens when it doesn't? What happens when the love and support you've quietly longed for aren't there when you need them? The truth is, this cycle of sacrifice, if left unchecked, breeds an unexpected feeling, resentment. It starts as a whisper, a faint ache that says, "What about me?" This voice grows louder over time until it's impossible to ignore. When all the years of kindness, all the sacrifices, and the countless acts of love go unacknowledged, that little voice starts asking questions that are painful to face. Why have I given so much? Where is the gratitude, the appreciation, the love I've poured into others? The answer is complex, but one thing is clear. If you continue down this road of endless self-sacrifice, you will not only be renouncing your happiness, but you'll also find yourself drained in every possible way. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Exhaustion creeps in like a fog that dulls everything, leaving you feeling empty, lost, and wondering, when is it my turn? Who will take care of me if I don't take care of myself? It's a question that deserves an answer, a truth that deserves to be reckoned with. You are the only one who can break this cycle. And it's not selfish to put yourself first, it's survival. It's the most essential act of love and compassion you can give yourself. Imagine a life where you finally have the freedom to prioritize your needs, where you can set boundaries and protect your time without guilt. Envision a world where you can say no without a pang of regret, where you can say yes to the things that nurture and sustain you, without feeling like you're betraying those you love. The reality is that when you take care of yourself, when you prioritize your well-being, you become a fuller, stronger, more joyful version of yourself. This isn't an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and after all these years, your cup might be running dangerously low. You deserve to give yourself the same love, attention, and care that you've spent years giving to others. So what does this look like? It means saying no more often and learning to set boundaries with those who rely on you. It means creating space in your life for things that bring you joy, that reignite your spirit, that remind you of the dreams and passions you might have set aside long ago. It means permitting yourself to rest, to breathe, to simply exist without the constant pressure to do, to give, to sacrifice. You are not a machine designed to serve endlessly. You are a human being, a soul with needs, dreams, and a deep capacity for joy. And just because you've been giving for so long doesn't mean you don't deserve to receive. You've done enough. You've given enough. Now it's time to receive the love, care, and respect that you've shown so generously to others. Allow yourself to imagine what it would feel like to pursue those dreams you've postponed, to visit the places you've always wanted to see, to indulge in the simple pleasures that bring you happiness. Imagine a life where your needs matter, where you are free to nurture the passions and interests that bring your soul to life. Imagine a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment, where you no longer have to apologize for putting yourself first. This is your time. You've more than earned the right to live fully, to experience joy without guilt, to walk through life with a heart that is open to receiving just as much as it gives. Whether it's setting boundaries, carving out time for yourself, or simply allowing yourself to dream again, remember this: you deserve to be happy. You deserve a life filled with beauty, peace, and fulfillment. You've spent your entire life giving, loving, and sacrificing for others. Now, it's time to give that same love and care to yourself. This isn't the end of your journey. It's a new beginning. Embrace it. Honor it. Allow yourself the freedom to live a life that nourishes, uplifts, and fulfills you, because you have every right to experience happiness, joy, and peace. So, stop sacrificing yourself for others. You've done more than enough. Now it's your turn to be cared for, cherished, and loved, starting with yourself. 6. Stop ignoring your physical and emotional limits. The sixth fundamental change we must make as we grow older is perhaps one of the most challenging. To stop ignoring our physical and emotional boundaries and to approach them with a sense of compassion rather than fear. For many of us, there's a belief ingrained over the years and reinforced by society that slowing down, asking for help, or acknowledging a need to rest somehow equates to surrender. We're led to believe that to admit we have limits is to admit defeat, to reveal a kind of vulnerability that makes us somehow less than who we once were. But in reality, the opposite is true. There is a unique and invaluable strength in recognizing our boundaries, a strength rooted in courage, wisdom, and profound self-respect. To disregard these limits is not only unkind to ourselves, but it can also be profoundly dangerous, risking more than we may realize in our quest to maintain a facade of youthful invincibility. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. We've all known people who paid a heavy price for pushing themselves too far. Friends and loved ones who, in their refusal to slow down, ended up with preventable injuries, chronic stress, or mental exhaustion. Perhaps you've witnessed family members soldier on, despite clear signs from their bodies and minds that they needed rest, out of fear of appearing weak or incapable. And yet, the toll is rarely worth the sacrifice. While they may have appeared strong outwardly, what was being sacrificed was far greater. Their health, their peace of mind, and their ability to enjoy the life they had worked so hard to build. It's easy to feel as if stepping back means missing out, but what we often don't realize is that pushing ourselves to do everything as we once did often means missing out on a different kind of fulfillment. One that is more sustainable, more nourishing, and ultimately more deeply rewarding. Aging is a powerful teacher, and perhaps its greatest lesson is that strength lies not in physical stamina or the number of tasks we accomplish each day, but in our capacity for self-awareness and our ability to listen to our own needs. Real strength comes in recognizing when it's time to slow down, when it's time to say, "I need help," and in bravely stepping back when necessary. It's a sign of deep wisdom to accept that our bodies and minds may not be able to keep up with the same pace as they did in our younger years. It's not a flaw. It's the natural cycle of life, a testament to all that we have experienced and endured. This doesn't make us any less. In fact, it adds layers of richness, resilience, and beauty to who we are. It can be challenging, of course, to adjust to this change. So often, we associate our self-worth with our ability to do, to keep up, to remain as active as we once were. But it's important to remember that the body you have now is different from the one you had in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s, and that is not only okay, it's worth celebrating. This body has carried you through joys and sorrows, through years of hard work, through countless acts of care and love for others. It deserves your respect, your gratitude, and your gentle attention. Each time you push yourself past your natural limits, each time you ignore its calls for rest, you are ignoring its hard-earned wisdom. Our bodies are remarkable in their resilience, but they are also wise. They communicate with us if only we are willing to listen. So, take a moment to reflect. How many times have you felt the urge to ignore an ache, to push past a moment of exhaustion, to pretend everything was fine when your body or mind was begging for rest? How many times have you told yourself, "I can handle this," even when deep down, you knew that wasn't the case? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that pushing through pain or fatigue somehow makes us stronger. But the reality is that true strength comes from honoring our needs. To recognize and respect your limits is not to admit defeat. It's to embrace the wisdom that has been earned over decades of life. It's to permit yourself to be fully present, to enjoy each moment without the constant pressure to do more, be more, and achieve more. This journey into aging gracefully isn't about giving up on the things you love. It's about adapting to do them in a way that honors the person you are now. It's about finding new rhythms, adjusting routines to align with your current reality, and discovering a deeper, more mindful appreciation for the activities and people that truly enrich your life. By letting go of the need to push yourself to the edge, you open up space for joy, balance, and a kind of peace that only comes when you permit yourself to be exactly as you are. Think of the countless individuals who would have benefited from this wisdom if they had only listened. How many loved ones or friends have you known who could have saved themselves pain, exhaustion, or injury by simply acknowledging their limits? How many people sacrificed their health or peace of mind in an attempt to keep up with a self-imposed standard that no longer served them? The toll of ignoring our boundaries is often hidden until it's too late. When we ignore our physical and emotional limits, we risk burnout, health complications, and the erosion of our well-being. But when we embrace our needs, we create a sanctuary for ourselves, a life that allows us to flourish within the reality of our current capabilities. There is a quiet beauty in the freedom that comes from setting boundaries. When you allow yourself to say, "I need rest," or "I've done enough," you are not surrendering. You are choosing to care for yourself in the most profound way possible. You're giving yourself the gift of presence, of patience, and acceptance. Aging is not about a loss of strength. It's about gaining the wisdom to know that true power lies in respecting the body that has supported you for so many years. Each line, each ache, each moment of fatigue is a reminder of the beautiful, full life you've lived. Imagine the richness of a life lived without the constant strain to keep up, a life in which you feel free to slow down, to savor each moment, to relish in the freedom that comes from truly honoring yourself. By setting boundaries, you create the conditions for a balanced life that nurtures rather than exhausts, and that allows you to focus on the things that bring genuine happiness. Whether it's enjoying a slow walk instead of a run, engaging in gentle activities that nourish the soul, or simply taking time each day to breathe and rest, these are not signs of weakness. They are acts of self-compassion, acts of profound respect for yourself. Take a deep breath, and consider this. Your worth is not defined by what you accomplish physically. It's defined by the life you've lived, the wisdom you carry, and the kindness you show yourself and others. Nothing about aging diminishes your inherent value. Each time you honor your limits, you reinforce the incredible journey you've been on. You remind yourself that you are worthy of care, of love, and of the freedom to live at a pace that feels right for you. So, permit yourself to rest. Release the fear of seeming weak. Embrace the reality of who you are now. A person who has earned the right to slow down, to be mindful, and to live a life free from the relentless drive to prove anything. By recognizing and respecting your limits, you don't lose anything. You gain everything that truly matters: peace, presence, and the ability to cherish the moments that make life beautiful. 7. Stop avoiding sexual relationships. The seventh, and perhaps one of the most liberating steps toward living fully in your later years, is to stop avoiding sexual relationships simply because you feel that time has somehow expired on that part of life. Many have internalized this notion that, as we age, we are expected to put away the parts of life associated with passion, desire, and connection. But nothing could be further from the truth. Sexuality has no age limit. It is a timeless part of being human. The reality is that the desire for connection, intimacy, and even physical closeness continues to reside within us, no matter how many years pass. It's a myth, one of the most harmful ones, that robs countless people of what could be a deeply enriching and fulfilling experience. Intimacy and physical connection can grow even more meaningful with age. Time grants us the chance to appreciate the depth of touch, the importance of eye contact, and the comfort of being close to someone who understands us. With maturity, intimacy becomes less about fleeting moments of passion and more about nurturing a lasting sense of closeness, companionship, and trust. Sexual relationships do not become irrelevant or unimportant with age. They become more nuanced, more cherished, and more deeply felt. When approached with openness and respect, intimacy at any stage of life can spark joy, nurture self-esteem, and even improve physical well-being. Yet, so many older adults avoid sexual relationships, often due to shame, fear of societal judgment, or the ingrained belief that they no longer qualified for this part of life. But nothing could be further from reality. The truth is, when approached with a healthy mindset, sexual intimacy is one of the most beautiful ways to embrace being alive, no matter your age. It's a source of joy, comfort, and connection that can help you feel more at ease, fulfilled, and grounded. It's important to recognize that society has not always been kind when it comes to intimacy in later life. Social and cultural narratives have long made us believe that sex and romance are privileges of the young, as though they should naturally diminish or even disappear as we grow older. This damaging stereotype steals from so many people an experience that's both fulfilling and fundamentally human. The reality, however, couldn't be more different. While the form of intimacy may change, its importance does not. Intimacy in older age can be a uniquely rewarding experience, bringing an even deeper value to connection. As years go by, the way we value physical closeness changes. It becomes less about the physical act alone and more about the comfort and understanding that comes with it, the silent reassurance of touch, and the way it communicates without words. Every touch, every look, every moment of shared silence holds more meaning, and we come to treasure the intimacy of simply being close to another person. This closeness is not merely about physical pleasure. It's about feeling seen, valued, and understood by another person. It's about being vulnerable and open with someone, sharing a moment that brings warmth and joy, that fills the heart with comfort, and that calms the mind. Sexual intimacy becomes something much richer than physical connection. It becomes a form of communication, a shared experience that nourishes both body and soul. And as we age, these elements become even more precious. They offer a level of connection that's felt deeply, that affirms our sense of self, and that enhances our quality of life in ways that are impossible to achieve alone. The physical changes that naturally come with age can often make older adults feel that intimacy may be out of reach. Concerns about performance, changes in stamina, and other aspects of physical aging can deter people from embracing this part of life. But these changes do not mark the end of intimacy or pleasure. Quite the opposite. Age brings with it a level of self-knowledge and confidence that can deepen intimacy, making it more satisfying and meaningful than ever. With maturity, we gain the wisdom to understand what we enjoy, what fulfills us, and how to communicate these desires openly with a partner. Many older adults even find that they feel freer and less pressured to conform to standards set by youth. The unrealistic expectations of appearance and performance become less relevant, leaving room for an intimacy that is gentler, more respectful, and deeply satisfying. At this stage of life, intimacy is no longer about impressing anyone or living up to someone else's ideal. It's about being present in the moment, about enjoying the act of connection for what it is, and about sharing a moment of trust, vulnerability, and love with another. It's the freedom to explore, to discover what brings joy and comfort without the demands of proving oneself. Instead of feeling the need to fit a mold, intimacy becomes a source of relaxation, a beautiful reminder of one's worth and ability to connect with another. Embracing intimacy in later life is not about trying to relive the past or to recreate what once was. It's about moving forward with new insights and accepting that, while things may change, there's still so much to enjoy and explore. Your body may work differently now, but that doesn't mean you've lost the right to experience a fulfilling sexual life. It's a time to let go of outdated standards and redefine what intimacy means to you. Perhaps you find new ways of connecting, ways that involve more communication with your partner, and ways that embrace the emotional as well as the physical sides of intimacy. Whatever form it takes, intimacy is something worth holding onto because it offers countless ways to feel alive, joyful, and deeply connected. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. The benefits of intimacy in older age are profound, going far beyond the pleasure and connection it provides in the moment. Research consistently shows that maintaining an active intimate life has substantial health benefits. Regular intimacy can improve mental health, enhance your immune system, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. The act of physical connection releases a powerful combination of hormones, including endorphins and oxytocin. These feel-good hormones play a significant role in boosting mood, relieving stress, and promoting a sense of well-being. Oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, encourages bonding and creates a lasting sense of closeness with a partner. By avoiding intimacy, you may be missing out on some of nature's most effective tools for maintaining physical and emotional health. The happiness, relaxation, and contentment that often follow sexual intimacy are feelings that can have lasting positive effects on your daily life, filling each day with renewed energy and a more positive outlook. But it's important to remember that intimacy is a deeply personal journey. There's no one right way to experience it, especially as you age. Each person's path is unique, and the most important thing is to feel comfortable and fulfilled in whatever way feels best for you. If the desire is still a part of your life, if the need for connection still calls to you, and for many, it very much does, don't let anyone or anything make you feel that you don't deserve to explore and enjoy it. You have every right to celebrate and cherish this part of life as fully and as passionately as you did in your younger years. Ultimately, intimacy is a timeless gift that allows us to feel truly alive, no matter what age we are. It's a reminder that we are deserving of love, connection, and pleasure at every stage of life. So, let go of the myths that hold you back. Embrace your sexuality and intimacy with confidence, grace, and the wisdom that only comes with age, and you'll discover that it continues to enrich, fulfill, and add profound meaning to your life, even in the later years. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect. What have you learned from this message on embracing intimacy and connection at any age? Is there one thing that resonated with you, something you're inspired to bring into practice in your own life? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below with one insight you gained and how you'll use it to enrich your life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and remember, you deserve love, connection, and joy at every stage of life.